This is how I turn a simple product image into a viral TikTok, reel, or short using AI. Let's dive in. Look at this. These finger chopsticks have been going crazy for quite some time on TikTok. We're talking tens of thousands of views, thousands of likes, and recently posted within the year. As they say, attention is the new currency. So I'm going to try my hand at creating an ad around this product. But there's a problem. I don't have the product, shipping is expensive, and recording my own footage takes forever. I like free 99 and validating ideas as quickly as possible. So let's start looking for a reference product image for the AI clip. I chose Shopee to scavenge around, but really you can use any e-commerce website, Amazon, AliExpress, Temu. It honestly doesn't matter as long as they have a display image. The goal is just to find any image that displays a clear visual of the product. So it will be easy for us to run it through AI so they can get the composition right without many hallucinations. I mean, it is AI. Of course you're gonna get hallucinations, but we're not about that life, so we're gonna try to minimize that as much as possible. Alright, so I just did a simple screen capture for the simplicity of this video, but if you want to avoid this method, you could simply right click and select save as to also save the image onto your local machine. That actually may be better. Now that we have our image, I'm going to bring this to life, because I think we can all agree that e-commerce marketplaces generally have the worst images possible. Wait, hold on. You may be thinking, why am I doing this challenge to begin with? Let me give you a 15-second rundown on what's going on with e-commerce and UGC right now. You see, according to Statista, revenue in the e-commerce market is on par to reach $3.6 trillion this year. Entrepreneurs just like you are making millions from sales from platforms like TikTok and Instagram Reels. So it's important that we ride the wave into financial abundance. Now that's all for my quick rant. Remember how I said I like validating ideas as quickly as possible? I need additional clips, and it would take way too long to record each one or make 10 plus AI clips. So I'm browsing through a pre-recorded clips gallery that were recorded previously. If you want access to this gallery to create your own video and save you time, I will leave a link in the description below. Whether you're creating an AI image or video, in order to ensure that it generates with little to no hallucinations, it's important to provide it with a well-written, detailed prompt. The more context you give, the more accurate and visually appealing the results will be. Now in this instance, I'm going to be using ChatGPT to generate the prompt and then copy it and paste it directly into Kling. This way, instead of trying to come up with something complex on the spot, I can leverage GPT's ability to structure clear and descriptive instructions. It's important to understand your strengths and weaknesses, and I can confidently say I'm not the best at generating prompts from the top of my head without the help of another AI. The struggle is real. That's why having this kind of assistance can really speed up the process and keep the creativity flowing. Kling itself is free to use, but of course it comes with limitations. That means there's lots of settings we can't tweak or adjust, which can feel restrictive at times. But hey, free is free. However, it's still more than capable of producing solid results. Once we drop in our prompt, the process is pretty straightforward. Simply export the clip, wait for it to render, and then review the final output. Sometimes it takes a bit of patience, but it's worth it to see how close the AI gets to your vision. It is worth the wait. Moving on. Now, for the fun part, where all our efforts finally come together and we can start seeing some results. Come on, people. We gotta trust the process here and trust the results that come from it. Inside of CapCut, I'm going to import all the pre-recorded clips along with the AI-generated clips that we created. Start piecing this whole thing together. First step, I'm dragging everything into the timeline so we have a clear view of what we're working with. From here, I'll start trimming each clip down to the right length so nothing feels too long or dragged out. For example, this third clip, the first one and the second one, I'm going to adjust the speed just a little bit because we want the video to feel punchy and energetic, not slow and boring. Ain't nobody watching slow edits. And remember, attention spans are short, so we gotta hook people almost instantly. Cheesy. That's why pacing and flow are so important here. Next, I'm going to sprinkle in a few extra clips to fill in the gaps to keep things moving. And then I'll make adjustments to the timing so everything lines up nicely with the overall rhythm. We're going to play around with the color grading to make it pop just a bit more. It's still small details that really elevate the video. Finally, once all the clips are in place, I'll add some clean transitions so it feels seamless when moving from one shot to the next. And just like that, we're locked in. Here's the final results. Sheesh, not bad, right? For something that didn't take hours to record, used free software, and still managed to look polished, I say that's a win. It really shows you that you don't need an expensive setup or a whole production team to create something engaging. Now, this is just a quick demonstration, but imagine applying the same process to your own projects. Whether you're making content for social media, tutorials, or even short promos, the workflow stays pretty much the same. And when it comes to creating product ads or selling products specifically, the process actually gets a lot quicker and simpler because you're usually focusing on just a few shots that highlight emulate the product. So in the end, with just a little planning, some free tools, and AI helping along the way, you can pull together content that looks way more professional than the effort it takes. So that's how I turn a plain product image into videos that actually get clicks and not just empty views. The real trick isn't just tossing on random transitions or flashy animations. It's about choosing the right moment to build around, making it feel natural for the platform and letting the AI handle the heavy lifting when it makes sense. If you ever struggle to make a product feel exciting on a screen, this method completely changes the game. Let me know if you want me to break down more ad styles for the next videos. See ya.